maybe one more. Okay, thank you. So any other questions? I'll answer your questions, yes. Who's speaking? Where are you? Oh, hi.
First off, I could just make a comment about the local behavior in Washington County. A number of us were for the Republican Party. And we lost faith in the Republican Party about 10 years ago. And we have essentially abandoned it ever since they stopped it. But the thing that made us lose faith was we wanted to hold the Republican Party officials to the platform of the Republican Party. We insisted that in a county convention, formally that they the platform. And they refused to do that. And part of our resolution was that we were going to print in a newspaper condemnations of these officials if they didn't. They walked out of the convention. At that point, I lost faith in the Republican Party because I realized that they all did was Republicans and Democrats alike. But anyway, I just wanted to add that in case anybody in here is still nurturing the idea that the Republican Party is our optimal salvation.
I'm so glad you raised that issue. Bear with me. Jefferson said, political parties, by their nature, are corrupt because their loyalties go to the party or the Constitution. And so we all need government. We want it, we need it. Government in which we can elect our representatives, and we all have an individual responsibility to choose, to pay attention, and to choose and vote for the person that we think is the right person. That's all well and good. But the problem in America today is this: everyone knows, certainly now in this political season, we all know, everybody knows, that the people are the source of all political power. You don't get into office unless we put you there. Everybody knows that. But what so few people know, the other side of the coin is every elected and appointed official is limited by what he or she can do, limited by the written word. You and I can do whatever we want to do as long as there's no law that says we can't, but government can only do what they're authorized to do. If it's not in writing or in with the Constitution, they can't do it. And any statute that's repugnant with the Constitution is null. Okay? That's a huge difference. And so we have people today, everything is couched in political terms. We might think our numbers are increasing as people become more aware of the true character of our political parties or whatever. We may think our numbers are increasing, but let's not forget, public education has all been taken over private education. And the government has decided that it's not in its best interest to teach our children, that they have the ultimate power in our society, that the government is limited in what it can do, and that they, people are sovereign. It's not in their, the government has decided it's not in their interest to teach that. Instead, they teach the children that the state is sovereign, that if you've got a problem, look to the government. And they're turning out millions of kids every year. And this will take you reaching out 40 plus strong laws against the government. But to begin to wake up and sort these things out. So, to rely on your point is, to encourage people to rely on the electoral process is tremendous. People in government, they say everything real things, but also money, power, to encourage people to rely on that electoral process is wrong, and the math is against you. You can never get legislatures Congress or state legislatures populated with constitutions. The math is against you. Ron Paul is the personification of what I just said. Look at Ron Paul's campaign. Every time he mentioned the truth, the Constitution, he lost another block of voters. When he said, for instance, it's unconstitutional, to invade Iraq and to have these troops around the world do the things that we do with our foreign policy, he lost a huge block of voters, a large block. People who want us over there, not the least of which is APAC, American, Israeli, political, whatever committee. Enormous influence across the country. When Ron Paul says the Federal Reserve is unconstitutional, gosh, he lost a big block of voters. There's a whole lot of people that work at this trust. They work with these corporations that spring up around central banks. When Ron Paul says government should be limited to these powers that are enumerated in the Constitution, and we need to downsize government, did you know how many people work for the government in this country, local, state, and federal? Large numbers of them. He lost their votes. And on I can go. Every time he mentioned the truth, spoke the Constitution, his own word, speaking about the Constitution, he would lose a block of voters, so he ends up with just 3.5% of the vote. That's all. So the numbers are against us in terms of being able to get constitutionalists in office. The numbers are against us. But again, I remind you, even if the numbers were not against us, our rights do not depend upon the little majority. Whether it's people voting or in Congress or whatever, our rights are fully recognized. As the Constitution does. So that's our job. So it's important. So I think our job is to hold the government accountable, is to organize and institutionalize vigilance. Make citizen vigilance of government, regardless of their political stripes. Let's not get too close to any of them, as precinct captains or delegates or whatever it is. Let's not get that close that we're not able to hold them accountable, when they step outside the boundaries that we draw around their power. Okay? And that's, I think, the way we have to see this thing. And it was a mistake. I tried with Ron. Believe me, I tried. I said to Ron, you're going to get 17,000 patriots gathered in Minneapolis, at the launching of the Campaign for Liberty. It is a mistake, I said to him, to encourage all those people, to encourage them to rely on the electoral process, which is what the Campaign for Liberty is all about. It's all about trying to get the Republican Party back to their roots. That's all it's about. And it ain't going to happen. It can't happen. Jefferson was right. He's a humanist. Okay? And so our job is to scrutinize, organize ourselves. You've got, sorry to go on, with this one thought. You've got organizations like the Sierra Club and the Wildlife Federation. Gosh, they are huge. Big office, big staff. People write checks all the time. They die in parts of their estate to these organizations for the environment or for, wildlife. Well, freedom is a cause. People ought to be as passionate about freedom and liberty and rights as they are about these other things. And we've got to organize to get to that point. Okay? Freedom is a cause. Now let's get organized through these state organizations. If someone's got a superior approach, to restoring the republic and putting the Constitution back where it belongs, and organizing the people, not just for now, but for the long term. If there's a superior plan than the one you heard from me, fine, let's get on with it. But in the absence of one, this is it. So I would encourage everybody to think of this. Put aside a lot of the other issues in your lives. Yes, I'm not going to say but focus on this. I mean, they focus on this and do everything you can. Talking this up. Guy wrote an 18-year-old college student, and he read these articles. He says, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make up posters, and I'm going to put them all over town. And just talk about Congress 2009. That's great. Imagine if we had any other questions before somebody asks another one? Yes, you had your hand up a while.
say I commend you for what you're doing here today. I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's like what I'm about to say, but I obviously represent a group that